Yeah, we invited them back, and we had like 5 college students show up for that, which was pretty encouraging for the church there, because that church probably had like 20 members, if at best. And so just making connections for them. This right here, we were just playing cards with him before, and just kind of doing what college kids do, and just hanging out and making connections. Everyone wants to know why we're there, and so just sharing Jesus with them. And I've actually kept in contact with one of them since I've been back in, so that's pretty neat. And then you can go to the next one. This was just while we were driving. I just wanted you guys to see some of the landscape. You can go to the next one. I just thought it was really, really beautiful. Another place we went to, the steepest street in the world, the Guinness Book of World Records, and we climbed it, and it's called Baldwin Street, and that's in Dunedin as well. The picture doesn't do it justice, but it was pretty crazy. And the other picture on this side is like a view from looking down. It's just like a straight jump, looks like. But and then I'll take you to Queenstown. Queenstown was just like our rest day. We had like a day and a half in transition before we flew up to Tauranga. And so I just put in some really pretty pictures so you can just kind of go through them if you want. The last picture was a gorge we stopped to on the way. That wasn't Queenstown, but these are mountains. This is just on the drive. It's kind of see it. Yeah, it was just incredible. We did like a sky lift so we could go to the top, and I got some crazy pictures. And then this is at night, and then the next one I think is the view from where we stayed at a Christian camp while we were there. And so that's a view from our window. So next I'll take you up to Tauranga. And before I start, I don't have pictures for this, but it is a really awesome thing we did, and I want to share with you, called Tauranga City Challenge. And the coordinator for our group at the church is on the ministry team now, but he was an AIM student to New Zealand in 2003 and graduated to this place, and then graduated from Harding in 2008 and led a team there that summer. And now he's back on their ministry team working for them full time. So it was pretty nice to have Americans there too. But he took us to the center of downtown Tauranga and gave us all $10 and said, I want you to bless as many people's lives as you can with this, and then come back with your story. And so we were told the time we had to come back. And so it's pretty neat to hear everybody's story when we all came back. And some people cashed theirs in for coins and paid for people's parking meters. And people are like, and everyone's real like, why, I have my own money, I don't need your money, kind of. Some people weren't as receptive as others. Some people, like, since it was winter, they bought gloves and handed them out and said, do you need any gloves? And everyone said, yeah, we do. And another girl bought water bottles and took them to the construction workers. And so there's a lot of neat things like that that happened. And you're just thinking about that, that's going to be their dinner conversation that night, or, and they plan on doing that more often in that city. So we can go to the next. There was a lot of things going on the weekend we got to Tauranga. This was our last stop before we left, and we got there on the weekend that they were having a youth rally, which is what these pictures are from, that we were pretty much in charge of. And also, they have South Pacific Bible College there, that they were having a reunion. Every 5 years they have a reunion, and it fell on that same weekend. So it was really neat. And they also have 4 new AIM students that just got there like 2 weeks before we did. And so we got to meet them, and everything was new for them as well. So that was really neat. You can go to the next one. And then we did this really cool ministry called Full Stop, where it's a combined church project and different churches in the area. Every night of the week, a different church goes out and feeds hungry kids, and they go to we went to 2 different locations, and it's like a meal van, kind of Meals on Wheels kind of thing, and they have hot hot soup and hot drinks and fruit and sandwiches for them. And there's kids just lining up, ready for you to pull up. They were ready for us. And these kids just coming out there barefoot, like 4-year-olds coming by themselves. There was no parents around, coming over the hill down to get food, And it could have been the only meal they had that day or that week, or, we don't know. But that was really, really interesting. And I'm really thankful that I got to do that. That was one of the things. There was only 3 of us that could go. And I said, I want to do that because I'm really passionate about children. And so I was really blessed that I got to do that. And then we did an afternoon tea with the elderly. And this is actually where Nan is from. She was just in Invercargill because she goes everywhere. And so we completely put that on and sang for them at the end. And then there's a couple pictures of the beach in Tauranga. And I climbed that barefoot. And then so you can just stay there and I'll read this. A big thing I kept reflecting on was standing and looking out at the ocean and knowing I am only seeing one small portion of all the water that is on the earth with my human eye, and my God sees it all because that's how big he is. Also, seeing different stars was really awesome and made me marvel at God's power. I saw the Milky Way there and the Southern Cross, and the moon was upside down. And that was just really cool. And I mean, you saw the mountains, and it was just incredible. And everything. I was just like, just God is so much bigger than me. And sometimes we need to be reminded about that. So New Zealand is a very secular socialist country of just 4 million people. And I learned how important it is to be the hands and feet of Jesus. No matter if it was serving the community or just doing dishes at host homes and congregations. Every action you do matters and is all for the glory of our King. Doing something simple without being asked or serving with a smile and no hesitation was something I found myself doing a lot on this trip. You never know how you're going to impact someone's day or the rest of their life. So I just want to encourage you all to do that here. And I was so excited when I heard about the outreach going on here in Mission Possible. And yes, I was in one of the most beautiful places on earth, but what really impacted me was the people there, and I have a deep passion for the loss and suffering. The memories that are going to last are the relationships and the connections I have made. I've grown so much just in that 1 month even, and I'm praying it will carry on into the rest of my life. But it starts next door. Although we need people all over the world, don't neglect your neighbor. And every step you take, you're walking on the mission field. So I just want to leave you with 1 John 3:18-19. Dear children, let's not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. Our actions will show that we belong to the truth, so we will be confident when we stand before God. That's all I have.